Earthlings 1, I'm Kenny and welcome to theme class. So last class, we planted a sunflower and I can't wait for it to grow. But this class, I was wondering, how does a sunflower grow and what are the different parts? So today, we will learn the parts of a plant. Can you say, we will learn the parts of a plant? So let's get started. If you see here, I have my soil and my sun. We already talked about how the sun is an important part to making the plants grow. But how do they grow? Last time, we planted a sunflower seed. So first, the seed goes into the soil. But now, what's happening inside the soil? That's what I want to know. The first thing that happens is roots begin to grow. We can't see the roots because they're underneath the soil. But the roots have a couple very important jobs that they have to do. Their first job is to make sure the plant doesn't move. They hold tight onto the soil so that if there's wind or rain, it doesn't fly away right away. Sometimes, of course, if a big storm comes through, the plant will go. But we don't want every plant to fly away every single day. So the roots are very important to make sure it stays in the ground. Their second job is to make sure the plant can get all the nutrients and water from the soil. Like we said, soil is a little bit different from dirt. Dirt is pretty dry and it doesn't have a lot of water or nutrients. But soil is alive. It's full of all the things the plants need. So we need our roots even though we can't really see what they're doing under the ground. Well, now what happens? Next, the stem will start to grow. At first, it's very small. This is our sprout. And we can see some leaves pop up with it. But what is the stem for? Well, the stem also has two very important jobs. The first thing that the stem does is hold the plant up. The stem has to be very strong to make sure that the plant doesn't just lean over. So it's like your back. It's holding the plant up. The next thing it does is it acts like a straw. It makes sure that all the nutrients the roots are getting go all the way up to the top of the plant. So the stem is also very important. We can see some leaves start to grow. But what do the leaves do? Well, the leaves are opening up towards the sun. They are looking at the sun so that they can make all the food that the plant needs. Now, people and animals, we get our food and energy from all the things around us, like other plants and other animals that we eat. But plants don't have mouths. How do they get food? Well, they make their food inside their leaves. So the leaves are very important cooks for the plant. Now, as the plant continues to grow, you might see some bigger leaves form, and maybe the first leaves fall off. That's okay. The plant is just making sure it has everything it needs to go big and strong. Well, now we have our roots, we have our stem, we have our leaves, but where's the flower? Well, after the leaves start to grow and make lots of food, you'll see a bud. The bud is when the flower is still closed together. So, at first, you might see only a little bit of the petals. But, as the flower continues to grow, the bud will open up, and there's your sunflower. So, the sunflower is the pretty part. That's where we can see all of our petals, and actually, that's where our new seeds come from. So the flower part of the plant also has an important job. That's how we get new plants. When this flower dies, or if it gets swept away in the wind, or if an animal eats it, these seeds will make sure we get lots of new flowers. Wow, look, we grew a sunflower. Oh no, the big storm blew away our flower. But look, it left some seeds behind. another one, we can grow a new sunflower. Do you remember how to grow a sunflower and how the plant parts grow? Let's see. First, we plant our seed. What part of the plant grows first? Do you remember? I know. The roots. Remember, the roots hold our plant in the ground and make sure it gets all the moisture and nutrients from the soil. What grows next? I know. The stem. The stem will start to grow. The stem holds our plant up and it makes sure that it gets all the things that the roots are getting from the soil. After the stem starts to grow, our leaves will form. This is our sprout. As it gets bigger, we'll see bigger leaves grow. But what do the leaves do? Remember, the leaves make the food that the plant needs to get big and strong. What comes after the leaves? I know. The bud. The bud is our flower before it blooms. After the plant gets nice and strong, the flower will bloom. But what does the flower do? The flower makes the seeds that will make us new plants, just like this one. But what about things like trees? Sometimes they don't have flowers. They have things like fruits. Don't worry, the fruits have seeds inside them too. So when animals eat them or they fall on the ground, we can get new trees. Great job, everyone! We learned all about the parts of a plant. Thank you. See you next time.